Hello everybody, it's me Pierre here. This is another video that I usually don't talk much about the VR headsets anymore. There was actually supposed to be a video that I was going to upload a while ago talking about another YouTuber and how they review VR products that I think is actually damaging what people think about in VR. That video has not been uploaded, so I'm making a different video because I didn't want to bother making drama for myself on my channel. I did want to call him out, but I'm not going to bother because I've already called him out once, and I don't think I need to call him out again. Besides the point, that was a video that was gonna happen, but I'm not gonna bother. But anyway, this is a whole different video. Today I wanted to talk about something that has been on my mind. I saw a video that was recommended to me. I didn't watch it, but it says why the Quest 3/Quest 3S is a must-have for PC VR. There's a problem there. The Quest 3, yes, I can recommend for PC VR. The Quest 3S is a little bit harder to recommend for PC VR. If you guys know my opinion about the Quest 2 on PC VR, it wasn't great. I know it's a cheap alternative, and I know it's cheap for VR, but if you're like a big VR gamer and you have a lot of money, do not go for the Quest 3S, or even the Quest 3 for that matter, if you're going to be playing PC, especially if you want some good visuals. And here's why I was kind of, okay, I'll explain myself. So here's my Quest 2. I used this with PC VR for a while with you guys, you've seen on the channel, but there's something in here that has optics here. Hold on, let me show you the optics of the Quest 2. Hold on. It'll be easier if I just take that off. So if I take out one of the lenses, which is my prescription lenses, by the way, these here are what are called Fresnel lenses right here. Those are the same lenses that are in the Quest 3S. And if you already own a Quest 2, do not buy a Quest 3S if you're playing PC VR. I can understand if you want that performance boost, then okay, yeah, Quest 3S would be a good option for cheap for a performance boost over the Quest 2. But the reason why I cannot recommend anybody get the Quest 3S if you have a Quest 2 for PC VR specifically is because it's the exact same VR headset but worse than the Quest 2. Let me explain why I say that. Oh, hold on, I forgot to put the lens back in. But the reason why I say I don't recommend the S version of the Quest 3, which I recommend the Quest 3 over the Quest 3S, especially if you're playing PC VR and you want an upgrade over your Quest 2, then I can recommend the Quest 3, just not the S version. And again, I'll explain. You're going to get a lot of the same features as the Quest 2 with the Quest 3S, and some people made the excuse saying that, but it has a better processor, so the compression is going to be a lot less. Is that true? It does have Wi-Fi 6, and I'm pretty sure this does not have Wi-Fi 6. So maybe compression would still be a little less, but it's not going to be worth it because you're getting the same lenses, the same screen, and mind you, this is not a dual screen, so this is a singular screen. You're going to have the same IPD adjustment, but you actually get less for, I'm pretty sure, more money than the Quest 2. You're going to have no headphone jack, it's a shittier microphone, you're also going to have no, it's like a depth sensor. The Quest 2 has it. It's right in there somewhere. You can kind of make it out. The Quest 2 has a little... Here, I'll bring it closer to the camera, but... the Quest 2 has a little depth sensor up in there. See that little line right there? That is what senses when it's on your face. The Quest 3 does not have that. And it actually... The Quest 3S does not have that. Even though that's not that big of a deal, you can just click the on button to turn it on. It is quite annoying that it doesn't have that. You're losing features. Now, what is the upgrade if you do get a Quest 3S? If you play both PC VR and standalone like I do, okay, the Quest 3S might be appealing. But warning about the Quest 3S, it actually has worse tracking than the Quest 2. Even the Quest 3 has worse tracking than the Quest 2. I should be specific. Tracking volume. They kind of track similarly with their controllers, so it doesn't matter there. But tracking volume, because for some reason, the Quest 3 and the Quest 3S decided to put the cameras all on the front and the sides, like the HP Reverb G2, which, that was one of my complaints about the G2, why they didn't do the Quest 2 design on putting the cameras in each corner. Kind of like how companies still continue doing that, like Pico and like, the Focus Vision, all have the cameras off in the corners, because this was the best way of tracking, for standalone headsets, in my opinion. This was having this camera layout really worked very well, and I do not know why they had to change it with the Quest 3 and Quest 3S, but at least with the Quest 3, that's only one downside versus all these other upsides, compared to the Quest 2, but the Quest 2 doesn't have a great mic either, but at least this one is tolerable to listen to. The Quest 3 and the Quest 3S's mic is not good. They're not great at all, and Facebook says it's thinner, but the Quest 2 is also still quite thin if you take off the face gasket, so when they say it's thin, the only one I could really count that's thin is the Quest 3, but the Quest 3S is not thin enough compared to the Quest 2 to the point where it's like, is it worth getting for just more, to make a headset more smaller, you get me? So, if you're going to upgrade your VR headset from the Quest 2, and if you're on PC VR and you want to stay with the Quest ecosystem, go with the Quest 3, or if you have a lot of money to spend, you could even go for the Quest Pro, which will give you eye and mouth tracking, which is nice for VR chat and stuff like that. And you also get local dimming on basically, it's not OLED, but it will be close to OLED. So you still get those nice proper black colors and stuff. But just because the Quest 3S does not have pancake lenses or any of the new stuff that the Quest 3 had, I can't recommend it. Like I said, if you're a PC player, do not get the Quest 3S if you're upgrading from the Quest 2. I just can't. Just save the extra money and get the Quest 3. It'll be 1,000 times better than this headset and 2,000 times better than the Quest 3S. I think the Quest 3S is objectively a worse VR headset. It might be more comfortable, but I'm pretty sure it's also more heavy than the Quest 2. And here's the thing, the Quest 3, even though it's heavier than the Quest 2, it's thinner, so it has more of a center balance on your face, so it doesn't feel like it's too heavy on your face, even though technically it should be heavier than like if you're putting on a G2. Even though it doesn't feel that way, it's still heavier. But now, since you have it more pushed out again with the Quest 3S, and since it's heavier than the Quest 2, it's gonna feel like the Quest 2 on your face, even with it being a millimeter thinner than the Quest 2. So, basically, what I'm trying to say is the Quest 2 is a better option for PC VR over the Quest 3S. The Quest 3 is much better than the Quest 2 and Quest 3S, but which is really complicated. What I'm trying to say is the Quest 2, even though it is weaker in hardware, it is actually better in literally everything else than the Quest 3S by a fucking landslide. And I've tried my brother's Quest 3, and if people are saying it's like a Quest 3 mini, I think it's more of a Quest 2 mini, again, if you're playing it on PC. I'm making sure that's really clear, cause now if you're playing standalone, and you want that extra, and you want those games to be still supported that are not on the Quest 2, that are on Quest 3 instead, fine, I get it, get the Quest 3S, I totally understand, but if you're playing both PC VR and standalone, keep your Quest 3S as a standalone headset, and you keep using your Quest 2 as a PC VR headset then. Just permanently have it attached to your PC then, and just use your Quest 3 on the go and whatever. Quest 3S. Why? This will give you better tracking, a better microphone. It has a fucking depth sensor where your nose is, so it understands when the headset is on or off, if that matters to you. And it has basically the same IPD adjustment and the same fucking lenses, the same screen. So you're not going to benefit by putting it on a PC. That's why it bothered me when I saw that video, why the Quest 3S is a must-have for PC VR. In my opinion, you're better off buying a used Quest 2 for PC VR because you'll actually have a better experience, because at least you're going to be able to wave above your head if you're going to wave your hands and stuff, which, to be fair, with the HP Reverb G2, I said that doesn't really matter, because with the G2, you could raise your hand here, but if you raised it here, like above my head, it would lose tracking. But if you kept it here, it wouldn't lose tracking, so I guess you could just move your hand here with the Quest 3S, G2, or Quest 3, and have your hand still track here, but I'm talking about, like, way above your head. Kind of like the G2 also loses tracking there. I will call out the G2 for that, too. I'm just saying that if you're going to upgrade your Quest headset and you want to stay with that Quest ecosystem, go for the Quest 3. Save the extra money. Don't buy the Quest 3S. I see a lot of these YouTubers recommending the Quest 3 now. Quest 3S. Do I recommend it? Now, if it's your first VR headset, and remember what this video is about. This is if you have a Quest 2. But if you don't have a VR headset to begin with, then it's a good starter headset. Yeah, totally get it for a PC VR experience. I could definitely recommend it. I don't have any problem with anybody owning a Quest 3S and using it on PC. But if you're using a Quest 3S over your Quest 2 for only PC VR and you're not using it for anything else, you're actually ruining your experience. The only thing you're gonna gain out of that experience is that the controllers don't have a ring on it anymore, so you have less likelihood of hitting yourself or hitting the rings together. That's it. You're only going to get those really nice controllers, which I wish worked on the Quest 2. If they can make it work with the Quest 2, you could buy those Quest 3 controllers, or if your Quest 2 controllers break, you could buy Quest 3 controllers and still use this on PC VR, or buy the Quest Pro controllers, because those are really great for the Quest 2 and even Quest 3. I even recommend Quest 3 owners to get the Quest Pro controllers. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about the Quest 2, is that this is still a decent option for first-time VR. And here's the thing. I don't like the Quest 2 in PC VR, but other people do, and that's okay. And do I think it's a terrible option, despite my opinion about it? No, I actually do think the Quest 2 is a good option for those who want to get into PC VR for cheap. So here's what I'm trying to say. I'm not here to shit on the Quest 3S. I actually think it is a good way of getting people into VR for cheap. And I respect what Facebook and Oculus are doing. But mine is an original Oculus version, by the way. This is no meta version. I do not call it meta. I refuse to. The thing is, the Quest 3S is also it's also quite more comfortable, because I'm pretty sure it uses the same facial interface as the Quest 3. And when I found out that the Quest 3's facial interface was actually comfortable when I tried my brother's, good job, Facebook. I appreciate that. That's nice. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, is that if you're only doing PC VR and you already have a Quest 2 and you're thinking about upgrading to the Quest 3S, don't. Go for the Quest 3, not the 3S. Make sure there's no S at the end of that, because I know some people don't look at what it looks like and then they just buy it thinking it's just a Quest 3. Just don't make that mistake. I'm just saying, you're better off just sticking with your Quest 2 if you're doing PC VR and if you chill with it still. Because you're not going to get an upgrade, you're going to get a downgrade with the Quest 3S. As for the Quest 3, yeah, it'll be a huge upgrade over this any day. And even the Quest 3S. So save the extra money if you're going to upgrade and just get the Quest 3 over your Quest 2. That's what I wanted to make this video for a bit. I wanted to get that out there. Sorry about my rant, but since I don't need a Quest 3 to know what a Quest 3 is gonna be like, because I own a Quest 2. And since my brother owns the Quest 3, I know what the tracking's gonna be like. So, and I know what the microphone's gonna be like on the Quest 3S, especially because I've seen videos on it. It's a really shitty mic. So, that's why I know so much about the Quest 3S already. It's because this is the Quest 3S, but better for PC VR. Remember what I said, PC VR. Yeah, so even with that better processor in there, the compression is not good enough to accept that, oh, maybe it will be better visually. It's not. That's what the Quest 3 is for. Get the fucking Quest 3. It is much better than both options, both of these options. So, yeah. Remember, I'm disappointed with the Quest 3S. But again, if you're a first comer, if you have never bought a VR headset before, then yes, I can recommend the Quest 3S for newcomers to VR. I think it's a fantastic option for those who want to get into PC VR for their first time. It'll be just like the HP Reverb G2 and tracking volume. And same with the Quest 3. The Quest 3 is about the same. They are a little bit different. If you see my video on it, I have a video on the tracking test with the G2 and the Quest 3. You could check out those. But it's very similar. So if you're coming from a G2 as well, it should be a similar tracking. You won't notice too much there. But it's slightly better than the G2s by like a monochrome. But yeah, I don't think the Quest 3S is a good option for those who have a Quest 2, or even for those who already have a VR headset that they like for PC VR. Like, don't even bother at that point, unless if you're moving from the HP Reverb G2, then okay. Like, if you have no other choice and you need one for cheap and your G2 is on its last legs and you seriously need to upgrade to Windows 11 or something, then okay, yeah, Quest 3S, it won't be better than the G2. It'll actually be a lot worse than the G2, but it'll get the job done, and you could probably use it for temporary until you buy a new headset that is more on par with that of the G2, like the Pimax Crystal, the Big Screen Beyond, or the Vive Focus Vision are great, three great options. Even the PSVR 2 is another good option for that, for G2 owners to upgrade to, and even the Quest 3. The Quest 3, the PSVR 2, the Pimax Crystal, the Big Screen Beyond, and the Vive Focus Vision I recommend for those who want to upgrade from their HP Reverb G2. It might, in some areas, it's obviously going to be a downgrade, but yeah, that's all I could really say. I should end this video now, because it's going on for too long. That's what I wanted to say. I'm sorry, I just cannot recommend the Quest 3S for Quest 2 owners. Just don't. It's not worth it. You're going to get a downgrade. As for people who don't have a VR headset, yeah, the Quest 3S is a great option to upgrade to. For those who are about to lose their HP Reverb G2, don't get the Quest 3S, get the Quest 3 instead. Or the other headsets that I just mentioned. Get those for G2 owners. And for those who want to upgrade from their Quest 2, get the Quest 3. Save the extra money and just get the Quest 3. Not the Quest 3S, if you want to stay in the Quest ecosystem. Anyway, if you guys like this video, hit that like. If you disliked, hit that dislike. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Also, don't forget to ring that bell icon so you don't miss any more of my content. This is Pira. Stay cool, and another upcoming VR chat video will be here on the channel. I am trying to upload more again. I had some recent drama, so that's why I haven't been uploading. So shit really has been hitting the fan for me. It's not great, and I'm also trying to be better at YouTube, trying to be a nicer guy. I'm trying to work on myself. Be healthier for you guys and for myself and my friends as well. So yeah, that's where I've been. I've been trying to fix my shit. And also recent drama stuff happened, so I'm not even gonna get into that. But anyway, see you guys later. This is Pira. Stay cool and stay the fuck out of my fridge. And I'll talk to you guys later. Quest 2 just somehow shows up on the channel sometimes still. He's still hanging on there. Alrighty. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.